Hey, what's up folks? How's it going? This is Waj. Hope you guys are all doing well. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the Zoom H1n. Now, I've been using the original Zoom H1 over here for God knows how long, probably over 5 years. It's a real workhorse, and I've definitely used it in a whole bunch of different scenarios. It's great for what I do, which is mainly a single mic operation. So I usually connect a lavalier mic, or sometimes I use the onboard stereo mics. Now, some of the problems that this inherently had was the fact that it was built at a pretty minimum cost, so it's very plasticky, feels pretty cheap, kind of like a toy. Zoom H1n definitely feels a lot more premium, has a higher level of build quality, and although it's still primarily plastic, it feels a lot more high quality, better overall put together, and even the buttons themselves and the whole rearrangement of the system feels a little bit more professional. Now, physically, the design of the H1n is pretty much mirrored to the original H1. A little bit changes in terms of button placements. A lot of the buttons on the H1 were just on the side, so a lot of the controls were on the back itself. The menu was quite minimalistic. This has a little bit more of an intensive interface, and a lot of the buttons for your main controls are moved to the front. It also has a much brighter display that has a nice black and white monochromatic feel, opposed to the black and orange backlight system we had on the original H1. So definitely better for outdoor usage. Now, the onboard microphone on the H1n is pretty much identical to what we found in the original. It's an XY stereo pattern, and the pickup, you can't specifically choose whether you want a omnidirectional or a directional pickup, so you kind of have to kind of face it towards where you want to view it, or if you're doing an interview, you can obviously put it between the interviewee and the interviewer, so that's fine for that. One big improvement is definitely the onboard manual dial that you have for your microphone gain level, so you can easily adjust your gain level and see what your levels are at. Now, some of the features on the H1n is that you can control the speed of the playback. You can also change the EQ settings on the playback itself, which is a new feature. You can overdub on top of existing tracks. You can also set specific parameters for pre-recording, auto-recording, and a self-timer. Now, my favorite feature on the H1n definitely has to be the built-in audio slate generator, which will give you a little beep sound just after you press record. That way, if you're going to use any kind of dual camera audio systems, like typically what I like to do, you have a nice distinct wave platform. So when you go into your DAW and sync up your audio to your camera's audio, it's going to be nice and straightforward, and it'll actually make, if you use any kind of software to do any kind of syncing to your audio for dual system sounds, it's going to make it a lot faster as well. Now, what we're going to do is move on to some A and B audio comparison between the original H1 and the H1, and we're going to take a look at the onboard microphone comparison, and also take a look at the internal recording qualities when using this lavalier right over here, which is from Giant Squid Audio. Great lavalier if you guys are on a budget and want to get something great. We'll have links towards everything again in the description. So let's get right into the actual audio test comparison. This is what the internal mic sounds like on the Zoom H1. This is the internal mic on the Zoom H1. This is what the internal mic sounds like on the Zoom H1n. This is the internal mic on the Zoom H1n. This is what the Giant Squid Audio Lab lavalier sounds like connected to the Zoom H1. This is the lav mic on the Zoom H1. This is what the Giant Squid Audio Lav sounds like connected directly into the Zoom H1n. This is the lav mic in the Zoom H1n. Now, in terms of the audio quality, I would say they're pretty much identical in terms of 98 to 99% of the times. There's not a huge difference between the two, certainly when it comes to both internal recording qualities when using an external mic or using the built-in mics themselves, but you guys be the judge of that. Some of the gripes I have with the H1n is I'm not a fan of the double AAA batteries opposed to the H1 that just used a single double A battery, which is a lot more common and certainly easier to replace, and there's not a huge difference in terms of battery life coming from the H1n to the H1. The other thing is that the price point of the H1, it MSRPs for around $120 versus this thing was around just under $100, and these days this is now discontinued and you can pick one up even on Amazon brand new for under $80. So that's definitely a big bargain. And we're taking a look at $40 difference between the two, besides the build quality and the slate generator that we talked about in terms of dual system audio, and some of the little kind of minor differences. Very, very similar overall products, but you guys, again, be the judge in terms of what you find most valuable. But hopefully this video has been a little bit informative. If it has, give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you guys think. Check out the description down below for everything we talked about. And other than that, thanks for watching again. See you later. Take care.